Hello everybody, E here. Welcome to a spoiler-free review of the second book in the Bachman Books collection, The Long Walk. I'm going to be talking about this, like I said, spoiler-free, going over it. I will let you know right off the bat, this is a favorite. The Long Walk is a favorite among Stephen King fans. Anytime you talk to most Stephen King fans, if they've read The Long Walk, it's up high. Most people will put it in their top 10, if not their favorite story. While I understand this, I do not feel the same way. The reasoning for this is pretty simple. Every time that I've read this book, which is twice so far, I just got through rereading it again, I didn't want to pick it back up. And I don't know if it's the despair, the hopelessness, or whatever that King conveys. Well, most of the Bachman books convey that sense of desperation or despair or hopelessness. But there's just something about the book that I never want to return to it. In fact, I wasn't looking forward to this reread, but I had to get into it because I had to do the Thursday Theorist episode on it, and I remember almost nothing about it other than the ending. Now, the ending stays with me as my favorite part of the story, but we can't talk about that here. But again, the Bachman books are known for having a consensus that the endings aren't that spectacular, aren't that great, and King leaves a lot to the imagination. The Bachman books are, in the King verse, considered novellas due to their length. If you look at books like Four Past Midnight or Different Seasons, those collection of novellas are roughly the same length as this collection of 4 novels. So it's 4 short novels. Anywho, The Long Walk was actually started well before Carrie in the late 60s, 66, 67, while King was still in college. So he wrote this around the time that he started The Gunslinger, or wrote the first draft of The Gunslinger also. You can tell that this is a young author's novel. I mean, that's the best way I can put it. There is a lot of repetition, mainly because he is dealing with a group of young men who are walking for hundreds of miles. They walk from northern Maine all the way down. I don't want to spoil anything, but they walk for quite a while. It's hundreds of miles. Another part that I don't too much care for, well, it's not really that I don't care for it, it's just that there are actual factual inconsistencies in the book. Now, the boys are given warnings if they slow down, stop, or rest, or anything like that. They get 3 warnings. I'm trying to make sure I don't go into spoiler territory here. But there is one section of the book that doesn't make sense. After a certain period of time, the warnings fall off, but at least one time during this, you find that Garrity, the main character, gets 3 warnings, and then 2 warnings, and then King says he was on his last warning. Now, did those first 3 fall off? I don't know, the text doesn't actually say. And then it restarted, but even if it did restart, 5 warnings, 5 warnings would be too much. 2 warnings wouldn't be enough for him to be on his final warning, because they get 3 warnings, and then after that 3rd warning time frame has elapsed, they're shot. But there's that problem. There's also a problem with the order of certain characters dying, and I'm pretty sure, I'd have to go back and read it, I'm pretty sure one character dies twice. There's even note of this on the Stephen King wiki. But as far as my enjoyment of the story, like I said, I don't care that much for it. I end up somewhere between 2 and 3 stars, and the only reason that's as high as it is because I love some of the interactions between the boys, especially Garrity and McVrees. Those 2 characters, they're the only reasons to read this story. It ends about the way you would expect. There's really no shocks. In fact, there's one twist thrown in that I didn't think was all that good of a twist. It just seemed forced. It seemed like, when you read a thriller or a horror novel or something like that, you expect some kind of gotcha moment, and it was expected. I mean, that's the best way I can put it. It was expected. Same as the ending. But if you've read The Long Walk, let me know what you think about it down there in the comments below. But until next time, I have been E, you have been you. This has been another Stephen King review. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye!